Welcome everyone to another Results Now webinar. This is Jeff Herring, your host, and this is a 31 and done webinar. That means we will give you great strategies and we'll be out of here in 31 minutes or less. Many people ask me, why do you think it is, Jeff, that other people don't do these 31 and done, 51 and done? And my answer is always the same. It's because they can't. They're not expertise enough at delivering their content in a very simple and usable and short form. It's ridiculous to have to hang out on a webinar for an hour or two to get a tidbit, right? So that's why we stock these things with lots of good stuff in just 31 and done, sometimes 51 and done. One of these days I'm going to try a 21 and done. Let's move forward. We have 3 sponsors for our show. One of them is the Results Now Inner Circle. Yes, there will be an offer at the end of this show, and I will invite every one of you that's not already into the Results Now Inner Circle. It is the best thing I've ever put together, and it's about as simply certain as you can get for success online. And that offer will only come while I continue to teach you stuff, and if you give me permission to go forward and let me know that I have delivered on all my promises I'm about to make. Sponsor number 2, the Be Rich organization I'm involved with locally. Not about how to get rich, but how to realize you are and do it well. This is our season where we collect millions of dollars, tons of food, tons of volunteer hours, and more and more and more for worthy causes. And so a portion of everything that comes in from my webinars goes to this organization. So later on, when you invest in yourself, you're not only investing in yourself, you're helping people eat and sleep under a roof and get medical care they wouldn't normally do. And the third sponsor is GratitudeSeries2015.com, of which this is the second day of a 4-day gratitude series. You can go there to GratitudeSeries2015.com and join us tomorrow for how to quickly create a $97 info product. And then on Wednesday, we're doing 5 power pillars of online marketing success. So feel free to join us over there. Let's move forward. So let's do a quick poll here. I want to know how many of you are already a member of the Results Now Insider Circle, so I can know basically how to tailor our show tonight. So let's launch the poll. There it is right there. 3 answers. Yes, and I love it. No, not yet. And 3, I don't know anything about it yet. So, like they say here in the South, vote early and vote often. We're at 59% right now. We'll give it about 10 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the poll is closed. I'll show you the results. 9% of you on the call have it and love it. Great. Next training is tomorrow, as you know. 55% of you, no, not yet. And 36% of you don't know anything about it. Wow. So 91% do not know anything about it. I love knowing that because that helps me structure the training going forward, and we'll make it a different one than earlier today. So here's what we're going to cover. The immediate steps I'd take if I were to have to start over with nothing right now, okay? And these steps would get me back to where I am now, I believe, in 90 days or less. And I'm going to show you what those steps are, too. In the Certainty Blueprint, breaking it down into 7 sections and 21 steps. And then we're going to walk you through your next success steps while still teaching you good stuff. And like all my events, so very much more. So, every one of us faces 2 big success-sucking challenges every day. The first is getting up, wanting to build your internet business and wondering, where do I get started? Any of you ever struggle with that one? Where do I get started? Give me a yay or a nay in the Q&A if that's you. Yes, 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 yes. See? Told you it was a big one. The second place we get stuck, big yes from Wendy, is what do you do next? What do I do next? What's the next thing to do and the next thing to do? And that's the beauty of what I teach, both on webinars and then in my programs, is I always want you to know where to get started and what to do next. So the 7 sections that we're going to go through next of the Certainty Blueprint divide those 21 steps into smaller sections. Now, as we go through these, there is the chance you'll think, well, I can't do all 21 of those. And you'd be right. You can't do them all at once. That's why we break them down into manageable pieces. And I do 2 things with you. I hold your hand to walk you through the dark and scary internet jungle of success, because I've been through that a lot of times. And the second thing I'll do is I'll hold your feet to the fire to help you achieve what you told me you want to achieve. So let's look at those 7 sections, okay? This is divided into niche steps, content steps, social steps, traffic steps, list steps, product steps, and mastery steps. I'm thinking about turning list into tribe because I just get tired of hearing the word list. It sounds so impersonal. So those are the 7 sections, and I'll call, as I go through the 21 things, the 21 steps, I'll call out often which one is. And many of these that you're about to see are included in more than one of these sections. Okay, so now the 21 steps of the Certainty Blueprint. Here they are. Now, it's okay with me if you take a screen capture of this or whatever you want to do. Okay, but Jeff, they'll have the 21 steps. Aren't you worried about? No, I'm not worried for at least one reason. This is the how. This is the what and the why. I'm going to give you some of the how here, because I always give you that value. And the how, the detailed step-by-step how, is in the Results Now Insider Circle. And each one of these 21 could be its own webinar, its own training program, its own course, its own 3-day event. There's lots and lots and lots underneath each one. Tomorrow at 4, we're doing number 1 and number 2. So let me just walk you through. First, you got to start with a niche, right? You can't just send your message to everybody. That's the quickest way to fail. Oh, I want to reach everyone. Well, you're going to fail. So a specific niche and strategies to help you find that niche. Like back when I was a family therapist in private practice, I was talking with a bunch of my friends one day who were state workers, and they were talking about what they needed to do or what needed to happen for them to keep their jobs. And I was kind of quiet. Finally, I asked me, I said, "Hey, Herring, what do you need to do to keep your job?" I said, "Well, people just need to keep getting married and having kids." That's a good niche strategy. Once you've chosen a specific niche, you want to go the opposite of what everybody does. Most everybody goes a mile wide and an inch deep. You want to go an inch wide and a mile deep, because that's where you discover new things and create new things that no one has created before or discovered before. Number 3 and number 4 are all list building strategies. Okay? Create a compelling freebie, a sample of what you do that you give away in exchange for their email address. And you get that on an opt-in page. Okay? It's very, very important how you create that page, where you locate it, really determines the responsiveness of people signing up. Okay, so numbers 5 through 8 are all traffic strategies, how to get traffic to this opt-in page you've created. See how this all fits together? 25 articles, 25 videos, 25 infographics, and oh my gosh, 25 Kindle books. Now, that can be intimidating, I understand. But how do you think you get to 25 articles, 25 videos, 25 infographics, and 25 Kindle books? What would be your guess about how you get there? Just give me a guess in the Q&A. Talk to me a little bit here. Exactly, Ralph. One at a time. Yeah, you create one at a time. Jim says that too. Good job, Jim. There's 100 things all together. If you try to take it in one bite, too much. One at a time, you can do it. The beauty of having 100 different things pointed at an opt-in page, okay? And Jim says, yeah, and use the content creation wizard. Yeah, absolutely, Jim. I agree with that too. Thanks, pal. Makes everything faster and easier. But think about it, though. If you've got 100 things pointing at an opt-in page, and all of them just really suck, and they only bring you 1 click a day, okay? That's 100 clicks a day. This will work, folks. This will work. And when you do it the way I teach you, you're going to get a lot more than one click a day from each. Okay, so number 9 is list building again. A 25 member list. I hear so many people tell me, well, I'm waiting till I get a bigger list till I do anything. No, no, no. Start with 25. Once you get to 25, you can do everything you're going to do later. Okay? Listen to me. Once you get to 25, you can do everything that you're going to do later. In fact, it's the best time to do that and build relationships with lifelong customers. So quit the waiting. Number 10, I really believe once you have these first 9 in place, the way to build your business is to have some kind of weekly show. Now, there are so many ways to do that now. When I first started, it was just teleseminars. Now you can do it with teleseminars, webinars, Blab, Periscope, podcasting, Google Hangouts. My goodness. It builds a tribe around you. It builds the loyalty, and people begin to follow you and expect to be part of that show. Now, those first 10 are great, but what are you going to offer them? What are you going to sell them? Well, that's number 11. This is a product creation section using creating your entry-level product. Entry-level products are wonderful, folks. All of mine are at $197. Okay, it's just a sample of what you do. If you have a 5-part transformation process like I teach, well, then your entry-level product is the first one. Okay, now let me show you the value of a entry-level product. Okay, bring my little calculator over here for you guys to see. Let's say you wanted to make 10K a month. Worthy goal, right? Divided by 197. This is how many of those 197 entry-level products you got to sell. Rounded up is 51 a month. That's very, very doable. Divide that by 4.3, which is how you divide for weeks. Now you've got 12 a week, right? I can do 50 easy on a good hosted webinar selling a 197 product, which leads us to number 12, which is also about list building and products, is joint ventures. Is having someone else host a show, a webinar for you, or something else for you, and then you sell whatever you've got, your entry-level product. Okay? Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Jeff, but you can call up all the big gurus that you're friends with and say, let's do this Friday, and it's done. Well, yeah, I can. But it wasn't always that way. I built up to that. I started by working with people that had a 100-member list, like I did, and then they all opted in for my event, and so then my list was 200, and on and on and on. Okay, so no excuses. You can start now. Number 13 is a product step where you create a signature course showing people how you help them get the goal or the outcome they want. Costs a little bit more, much easier to get to that $10,000 mark, for example. Okay, if you want to get to $10,000 a month, divide that by an entry-level product. Let's call it $497. I'm sorry, by a signature course. Number 13, signature course, $497. Now you only got to sell 20 of those a month to make that 10K. In the mentoring program, number 14, another product one, you go deeper into what you teach, and people have more access to you, and you charge a lot more. Now, something I want you to notice here, the first 14 happen before you even get to your blog. You can be very, very successful in those first 14 with an opt-in page, a thank you page, and then some way to deliver your product. I hear it all the time. Well, I'm waiting until my blog is complete. No, stop that. Stop the waiting. Start now. You can build your blog out later. Let's get the low-hanging fruit and get some income in so you can start making a difference. Number 16, attending events. I went to one this weekend. One day of a 3-day event down here in Atlanta. Met a lot of people, sold some stuff, reconnected with some folks, got to grin when one lady walked up to me and said, Jeff. I said, yeah? And she said, it's really you. And I said, yeah, I think so. And it was somebody that had been on my list since the beginning. It was so fun to meet somebody like that. At events, you make connections You learn things, and if you pay attention to the questions people are asking, there's really good product ideas there too. Number 17 are DRGR. What the heck is that? Daily revenue generating rituals. Much of what brings success online is habit and ritual that you do every day. I have a whole list I do every day. We're going to teach you those in the program and modify it for you. First thing I do every day is create some kind of content and ship it, publish it somewhere. Number 18 is your ascension model, where you show people what's next. They come in at whatever level, and then you show them what's next. What it gives your prospects and your customers is something to aspire to. I can't wait to get in that program. Number 19 is your glossary. Okay? When you can build a language of your own, I'm not talking about create a new language, but words and phrases that are your own, that are identified with you, that is a very good thing, and people start to use them. For example, share with me a couple of the words and phrases you hear me use a lot. Share with me some of my own glossary here in the Q&A. Phrases or words you hear me saying. Yeah, go use this stuff. There's one. What else? Before your head hits the pillow tonight. Yep, that's right. An inch wide and a mile deep. Yeah, that's number 2. Kind of cheating, but it's 1. Okay? So that you guys know that tells me that you're paying attention and that you're part of my tribe. Okay? Number 20 is your origin story. People want to know from which you came, how you got to where you're doing what you're doing. Now, you don't have to have lived in a van down by the river for this to work. Does it help? Yeah, okay, if you've got a rags to riches story, sure. The one night I spent sleeping in a hotel lobby, it's a good story, and it really happened, but it's not necessary for you to have a story like that to be successful. You just need to be able to tell people how you got into this, why you're doing this. People connect with that. It builds your tribe. And finally, all of these strategies, including specific strategies within number 21, help you become a category of 1. Why is that important? Well, most everyone else out there is a commodity. Okay? What's the problem with that? Well, commodities compete with everyone because of price. Okay? Listen to that. Commodities compete with everyone because of price. The only way they can compete is lowering prices and sending a gazillion emails a day. You think I send a lot? I know people that send 2 or 3 a day. All offers. It's ridiculous. A category of 1 competes with no one in their niche. They have no competition because of results. And they can name their price and get it. It's a whole heck of a lot better to be a category of 1. And all of these things support becoming a category 1. And then we teach really deep strategies on how to do that. One of which is way back in the DRGRs. One of the ways to become a category 1 is create and publish content on a regular basis that helps people, sets you apart from everybody else. Okay? So again, we're going back to number 17 when I talk about creating and publishing content every day. It's one of my daily revenue generating rituals is creating content and publishing it every day. That's part of what helps you become a category of 1. As you see, all of these things are locked together. Okay? Now, again, there's 17 of them. I'm sorry, 21 of them. Strategies under each one. We go through them carefully, one at a time. Okay? Your timing is really good to come on board because tomorrow, we just started this program a couple weeks ago, and there's a great training from 2 weeks ago and a great Q&A from last week. And then tomorrow we're going to go into niche strategies, choosing a specific niche and narrowing it. And then, you're welcome, Wendy, and then going an inch wide and a mile deep into your niche. Now, think of it this way, on the map to success, okay? And what I like to talk about is to make your success simply certain or give you simple certainty, whichever one you like. You're here, okay? You want to be there. One question to ask yourself, and I want you to answer, in the Q&A here in the chat is how many of these 21 do you have in place? And by in place, I mean you could show me, you could give me a URL and show it to me. It's working for you right now today. How many of these do you have in place? Just shoot the answer out in the Q&A. When he says none, I'm glad you're here, kiddo. You're going to love what's coming next. Somebody else, how many do you have in place? A couple others with none, a couple with one. Okay, you're in the right place, guys. Because here's the reality. Anything less than 21 and you're incomplete. You don't have your complete system going. Okay. Anything less than 19 and you need the Results Now Insider Circle today. Now, I'm going to continue to teach you as I show you how you can become part of the inside. But first, I got to ask you an all-important question, right? Have I delivered on what I promised? Have I shown you what I told you I would do at the beginning? Yay or nay in the Q&A, please, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yes, as always, yes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. All right, so for example, here's what you want to look at. Here's an example of one of my students that's on the inside. She and her husband are in this together. They've got a specific niche. They have gone and are going an inch wide and a mile deep. They got a compelling freebie, and they got a good opt-in page. So now they got to build the traffic and all this other stuff behind it. So that's a good start. It's a lot more than most people got or have. To use proper English, and this is what we work on in the program. Okay. Now, what I want to do is show you what is involved in this. And hang on a second, a little technical issue going on here. All righty. Okay. Sorry about that. What I want to show you is what you're going to get in this and how we're going to do it. Okay. So here's what you're going to get. This happens monthly. We train once a week, folks. Okay. We train once a week in this program. And the first training of the month is a group webinar training session where we look at the 5 pillars of massive online success and teach deep in there on how to master those. Because when you master these 5 things, you can pretty much write your own ticket online. Okay. The first training that you've got access to already when you come on board is in the members area. We did an overview of these 5 pillars and then went deep in one part of content creation, all about some pretty serious repurposing. Jim Kelly, one of my members that's been with me for a couple of years, said, dude, I was in your $5,000 a year program, and this was the best thing I've ever seen you do. Second one we do a month is Q&A, critiques, and spotlight consults. What the heck is that? Critiques and spotlight consults. Well, you've heard of hot seats, right? Well, I like to rename things to make them sound more like what they are. And hot seats sound uncomfortable, don't they? So a spotlight consult or a critique is where we put the positive spotlight on you. Not we have ways of making you talk, but showing what you've done well, the difference you make, and how you can do it better. You can show us websites, opt-in pages, headlines, book covers, whatever you want me to look at, and I'll help you improve it. So will the group. And then the Q&A, you put your questions in the Facebook group, and I'll tell you about the Facebook group in a minute, or ask them live on the webinars. And then with the critiques or spotlights, we bring you in live and talk with you. Same with the Q&A. The difference with the Q&A, those of you that are there already can tell everybody about this. I don't just answer your question. I love to build a business for you around the answer. Third group every month, we go through the certainty blueprint that I just showed you, the 21-step checklist for massive online success. And your timing, like I said, is really great. We're doing 1 and 2 tomorrow. Niche strategies and going an inch wide and a mile deep. And then we do another group training session each month, so everybody gets their questions answered. Everybody that wants a spotlight consult or a critique gets one. Okay. Now, conservatively pricing each of those trainings at $197, we're at a $788 value. Now, that's what you get every month. Now, here's the other overall stuff you get. Like I mentioned, the Facebook group, you get 24/7 brainstorming access and masterminding access in the private Facebook group. So let me show you what I mean by that. Okay. That's my fan page. Let's go to results now. Insiders Club. Here we go. And here's Sue asking a question and getting tons of help with her book. Joan just an hour ago. Tim an hour ago putting in a question for tomorrow. You see the activity. This is a very active, helpful group. I love these guys in there. They make life so easy. Now I got to find my way back to where I was. There we go. All right. So you get lifetime access to the private members area as well, which is right here. No, where did that little booger go? Oh well. I must have took it down. You get a private members area with all the trainings and all the replays. You'll get the two that we've already done when you come on board, and then the recording of tomorrow will be up either that night or the next morning at the latest. You get lifetime access to all the training. You can go back and say, oh, what did we say there? I forgot that. I want to go back and look at it, and you can go find it. Like I said, you got lifetime access to that. Now, here's something no one else, to my knowledge, has ever done online. But I love the notion of doing it. It's called my Product Ascension Bonus. Each month that you're in the Results Now Insiders Club, for the first 6 months, you get a new product. One of my $200, well, actually $197, entry-level products in each of those 5 power pillars. So the first one is, you get this right when you come on board, profitable content creation templates. Next month, social content secrets, then evergreen traffic machine, then list building gold secrets, profitable product creation, and content conversion secrets. And here's a little map Tracy, my assistant, put together about how that works. Once you start, you get the welcome, you get the templates, and then 30 days apart, you get all of the rest, right? Like that. It's a beautiful thing. Put that all together, all those products together, we're at almost a $3,000 value, $2,964. Now, no way are you going to have to invest that much. I'm going to go through this quickly for sake of time. All of that stuff, none of those prices, just $77 a month. That's it. $77 a month at Results Now Insiders Circle. And I will send you that link right now so that you don't even have to type it into your browser. I just sent you that link. I would appreciate it if some of you would click on it and let me know that it's working. Really, seriously, that's it. Okay? Now, some of you were going to think, all right, well, I'm in, Jeff, but can I save some money and do a whole year? Or maybe do lifetime like a lot of people did in the last webinar today? And you can. So monthly is $77 a month. The regular price is $97. I'm doing this for the gratitude series. So I'm taking $20 off, and that's for as long as you're in the program. You don't get bumped up next year. It's always $77. Okay. You want to do it for a year? It's $500. You save $664 off the regular investment. If you want to do lifetime, you save $166 off a year by doing lifetime. That's the best deal. And also for Gratitude Week or the Gratitude Series, you can do this on the information page. You can do this in 2 payments, as some people did earlier today, or you could do this in 3 payments, as some people did earlier today. So we can branch it out for you, so you get the yearly or the lifetime. It's a no-brainer, folks, for the 91% of you that are not on yet or in yet, on the inside yet, to do this. I mean, you get a money-back guarantee for the first month. Okay. What I would do is I'd go in, check it out, get those last 2 trainings, see how they are, take the training tomorrow, and check it out. Okay. If you know you can't be there at 4 tomorrow, as soon as you come on board, you'll be given a link to the Facebook group. You can ask your questions there, as you saw other people do. All right. So now, with the 2 minutes we got left, let me see if we got a question. Jim, how long do you expect the Results Now program to continue? Lifetime, Jim. I was trying to think of the right word. Lifetime. This is a culmination of the last 10 years of me training online. I took my $10,000 program and my $5,000 program and combined it with another ongoing program and created this. So this is for life. As long as I'm, as defined by as long as you're alive and as long as I'm alive. Okay? And I plan on being around for a long time. I'm only halfway through. So when you get lifetime access, that means you're going to have it for a long, long time. And we're going to be together building your business for a long time. Great question. You're welcome, Jim. When does the training start? Someone else is asking. Right away. You'll be able to get in and consume the 2 trainings we've already done. The next training is tomorrow. And we do this every week. Okay? And if you know you can't make one, seriously, ask your questions in advance in the Facebook group. I will answer them. And you can come back and listen to the replay and hear me talking to you without you even being there. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. What if I'm just starting out and I've just settled in a niche? Perfect. Why go make all the mistakes everybody else makes? Okay. Let's do this right. Jeff, how can you offer so much for so little? I always get that question when I do this. A couple of ways, folks. I've been blessed and done really well in the last 10 years with this. That's why I like to give a percentage away. And the lifestyle it's created, I get to volunteer a lot. It's a big joy. Gosh, we're at 7:31. And so I can do it that way. And I just want to help more people. All right. So your next action steps are as follows. Go to Results Now Insider Circle. Choose how you want to come on board, either monthly for a year or for lifetime. The next training is tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Now, don't let that time throw you off. If you can't make it, ask the questions in advance. We'll answer them. Okay? Again, none of those big prices. All of that for just $77 a month at Results Now Insider Circle. We are at the 31 mark. I'm going to have to wrap up to keep my promise, although I'm going to turn off the recording and then we'll chat for a little bit. Okay? So I appreciate all of you being here. A lot of places you could be, and you chose to hang out with me for these 31 minutes, and I always appreciate that. I'm always honored by it. I invite you to go get this stuff at resultsnowinsiderscircle.com. And as always, folks, go use this stuff because it flat out works. And we'll catch you next time.